What is Kami? Kami is a digital classroom app with interactive tools designed to improve classroom engagement and interaction between teachers and their students. Normally, this would be a tool, we would occasionally use, but now with the school closure and us teaching online, this is a tool that can drastically improve your communication between you and your students, and the ability to kind of, I think a very powerful tool that I've seen in this is like leaving video comments for your students. And voice comments, as they don't get to see us physically anymore. I think this is something very powerful that, the students need someone to connect to. It's hard being in their room, just doing the work all day. So you leaving these little video and voice comments, I think can definitely improve their, motivation and agency in completing a lot of this work. So let's go to the next. Here's a very grainy picture, but this is kind of giving you an idea of what some of the tools for annotating are going to be. Why is Kami useful for you? It can save you time, and you can work more efficiently by delivering things through the classroom. You have that workflow where it goes directly to the students. It makes copies for you, and then the students will turn it in and it comes right back to you. So you're able to grade through that. Full Google, we got a typo. Google integration. Anything in your drive can be opened in Kami. Can you open a Google Doc in Kami? Yes, but first you have to change it to a PDF. So I'll go through those steps as well. You can improve engagement and productivity, both yourself and your students. The Kami has the ability to have a whiteboard, just a plain white sheet. I can draw anything on that. I can type on it. I can record videos on it. I can do screen caps on it. So lots of engagement ideas. And it's an intuitive tool for all learners. As you'll see in a minute, all the icons are, they're easy to understand what they're going to do. So here's a view of what students can do. And on the left, this is the kind of the toolbar that you have. So we'll go through this in a minute. So I just want you to have a look. Everything, is described. It's easy. There's not much. It's not a steep learning curve to do this tool. Okay. I'm going to go into my drive here. And the first key that I think that you should do is whenever I open up a folder, I want, if there's a PDF inside that folder, as you can see here, PDF, when I open it, I want it to automatically open in Kami. Notice how mine does that. Now you have Kami installed onto your computer. And if you're using Chrome, you'll notice the Kami app will be in this toolbar up here at the top. Here. You see here, this K, this is installed on all IC users. So if you're signed in to Google Chrome, that means it has your picture here. There's Nicole's picture because I'm using her account. Here's mine. You are able to access Kami. Now, you can set up a setting here. You can go into the settings again, and go to manage apps. And this is all going to be recorded, and I'm going to share the presentation and slides. I have this by default. Anytime that I open up a PDF, it's automatically going to open it in Kami. I would highly suggest, if you're thinking about trying this out, to turn this option on for automatically annotate with Kami. So this is what I have. I have it automatically on annotating. So I'm going to open up my first document here. And this is one second. This is a TOK essay that I've been looking at. So let's say that I wanted to give this to my students. Notice there's just a question title here, and then it goes right into the text. What if I want to put some instructions here? I want to put text right here in the white. Well, it's very simple. I can go into a text box, click in here and say, students, read the essay and highlight 3 real life situations that you find. So I can put some instructions in here for the students. All of my normal text tools are up here at the top. I can enlarge, I can put in emojis, I can do a variety of different things. I also want to, let's say I want to insert a fill in here to make it clear for the students. So here I can put instructions in. That is in the text tool. I can do a variety of different comments. I'm seeing, is the presentation screen looking fine? I'm seeing some, on my phone, it's looking strange. Are you seeing everything I'm seeing? Someone is sharing their screen. Juliet, you need to stop sharing your screen because it overrided mine. I have resumed presenting, so you should see mine again. So I'm going to go back into my PDF. So yeah, I have all the different tools here. Someone said that it's similar to the active board. Yes, a lot of the tools are the same in the active board, but where this goes a step beyond the active board is I can send this essay to my students and they open it and can use all the same tools as well to annotate. You know, and we can have collaborative documents, collaborative whiteboards. So this is an overview. I'm going to go through the tools more specifically in each activity. So let me go into the first one, and I'm going to show you my workflow. So I have my first one here. And this is a Venn diagram. I'm sure many of us have used these in the classroom. So you notice this is just something I got off the internet. So I just straight downloaded it. Normally, if I was in class, maybe I would print this out, give it to the students. I would give them the topics. They would, you know, start inputting data on paper. Well, we don't have that option now. So we have a lot of digital documents. So I have this document here. I've already put here on the side, benefit of online classes, benefits of traditional classes. All right. So you'll notice that it's sideways, which can be a problem with documents. So luckily for me and you, I can come into these three lines here and I can start rotating my document. Rotate again. There we go. That's how I want it to look. Benefits of traditional class, online class, and benefits of traditional class. Okay, so let's say I put this together. Now, how am I going to get my students to work on that document? Well, there's two very easy ways I can do that. I can share my document. I'm uploading it now, but this is to edit. I'm going to go into my classroom. This is a classroom that I've created. I'm going to go to create an assignment. Now, look, I have a new, you've probably all seen this since you've been working a lot, but I can create a Kami assignment. And what this is going to do is the same as in Google Classroom with docs or slides. It's going to send it out to all of my students in my class. They can work in it, and then they'll click the turn in button. So I'm putting in a Kami webinar. I choose any one of my different classes. Kami webinar. All students, I only have one. I'm going to publish it automatically, and it's going to call Venn diagram. I can put my point value, due date, topics. One thing missing here is create a topic. So if you wanted to put it in a topic, but you haven't created it yet, you need to go back one step. I would highly advise you also to put everything that you're doing in topics to keep it more organized for yourself and the student. So I have it, Venn diagram. I'm going to find it here. I keep everything in my nice folder here with Kami webinar. And another tip, if you have folders that you often go to and you want them to go to the very top of your Google Drive, you can put hashtags, little emojis, the stars here. These are always going to bring your folders to the very top. They're not in A to Z order right now, but if they're by most recently accessed by me. But in my normal Drive view, you'll notice they're all at the top. So Cami webinar. And so it's in here now. Now I have my options here. Make a copy for each student. Students share one copy. Students cannot edit file. So these are the same settings that you'll be used to in Google Classroom. The recommended one is make a copy for each student. And that way they can work inside of it. And you can provide individualized commentary on their work. So I'm going to assign that here. And we're waiting for it to go. Assignment created. Excellent. So I'm going to flip over here to my classroom. I need to be as Nicole. And she has a new assignment. Venn diagram. Same as we always see in Google Classroom, only when she opens it. Now you notice here, she does not, that when I showed you in settings, automatically open PDF, she does not have that installed. That's why it's giving me this purple bar. Most of you will see this purple bar when you open up any PDF. If you want to change that, you can go back earlier in the video and you can watch how I set that to automatically open. And unfortunately, Nicole is not here with us right now. She's in the back room taking care of the baby. So she's letting me use her Google account. So we got to thank her. So notice here in the naming, this is the folder that my file's in. Oh, she is watching. This is the name of the file. So this is automatically, I didn't put Nicole Swink in there. It automatically populates each student's name into the document. So you don't have to worry about that. When the students turn it in, it's automatically going to have their name in it. So let's look here. I want to turn it again. So I'm going to go here and rotate. There we go. So my teacher is asking me to put, what are the benefits of online class? Being able to do my work in my pajamas. Okay, there's one. Now, a great feature. Why isn't the diagram automatically rotated? Jenny says, because this is the way that the diagram was downloaded from the web. That's its natural orientation as landscape. So it's automatically going to revert there. So all you have to do is go in. The user will have to rotate it. Maybe there's a way that if I save it in the right orientation, but I don't know that for sure. And I wanted it to the side so that I could show you how to rotate documents. Yes, you could teach them. And I'll show you a way that you could do that very easily. So let's say it's rotated. I'm going to rotate it back. Okay, the students get the document here. I'm going to come down and I'm going to go into my comment bar. And notice this one here, a screen capture. What this is going to do, the document is a PDF, correct? You can notice the PDF naming convention. I'm going to go into screen capture here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show the kids the instruction. I'm going to put just where does it want me to locate here. I'm going to share my screen. So I'm doing double screen sharing right now. I'm going to click here. And right now it's recording me in a small video. And I'm going to say, okay, students, you'll notice that the document is in the wrong orientation. If you click the 3 lines and then you go rotate counterclockwise, you'll notice that now the document is right side up. Done. Now, inside, I think my screen sharing has been removed. I'm seeing someone else's screen. Okay, tell me if I'm back. Okay. The reason why I lost my screen is because I was doing another screen share inside Cami. So it removed my original screen sharing. So now the students, when they open up this document, they can hit play here. And right now it's recording me in a small video. And I'm going to say, okay, students, you'll notice that the document. So there's a video of it playing, showing the students how I'm going to rotate the screen, or showing the students how I'm going to annotate the document, or showing them the instructions for the activity. So this is a super powerful tool for you to just be able to go in and lay comments inside for the students already. And then you can kind of preempt their questions. So does everyone get what I was doing right there? You understanding the screen cap? Yes. It is cool. So being able to do my work in my pajamas is pretty nice. What about benefits of traditional classroom? Well, I'm going to do a text, and I'm going to put in here, I'm going to put a text box here, but I'm going to do a long sentence, and I don't want to type it very, I want it to just use text to speech to text. So I'm going to go here. I hope you can see this. I'm on the bar at the very top with a microphone, and I'm going to say, one thing that I enjoy about the traditional classroom is that I can see the students' faces and I can kind of gauge if they're understanding the content. That's quite difficult on virtual learning because we're on cameras and sometimes you don't know if the kids understand. So I've just made my recording here. I'm going to move it, put it there. There's some spelling. I don't gauge. And let's say, okay, it looks nice enough, but I want to make it, kind of stand out. So I'm going to add a feel to it. Let's give it just a light color. This one is in my other one, so I'm going to give it there. So now I have my two comments inside. There we go. So that's that. I'm going to come back to yours in 1 second, Jenny. So I have my two comments in here. What if my teacher says insert images? I can go to insert an image. Any images that are inside my drive or any images that are on Google search. I can just search an image. So let's say, well, this is Nicole's drive, so it's not going to work as well. Let's just do Google search. Virtual teaching. Here we go. I don't know what, this looks kind of virtual. Let's do that. I can select my image here. And I drag to drop. This does not look like virtual teaching. I'm going to resize this. I'm going to move that one over here into that square. So I'm able to put my text in. I'm able to put in my comments. I'm going to come back. So if I want to do my audio, it's when I'm in the text box. I click a text box here. So here you see I'm typing. Up at the very top, I can change my font, my size, all of the normal text tools that you're used to. But if you go all the way down to the end, there's a microphone. Can you see that on my screen? Right here. So that's the insert text box. Yes, I think, are we asking, can you record in, will it do in French? That I don't know. Okay. So I'm going to keep moving on. Jenny said, can we use that screen capture function to give students audio video feedback on assignments as long as we can save the assignment as PDF? Correct. So maybe if you did a Google Doc, you could save it as a PDF, insert it for the students, let them highlight, and you could give them audio and video feedback. I'm going to do it in a PDF in just a moment. So the student is done. She's done her work. She probably needs to rotate again, just so she can come here and put Nicole Swink, the date, it's here, April 1. Okay, so she's done it. She doesn't need to change the file name. It's fine. Then all she's going to do is go to turn in. It's going to say, this is the name of the file. Are you sure you want to turn it in? Turn it in means she can no longer edit the file anymore. It will become now my file, the teacher's file, and the teacher is going to be able to mark it. So I'm going to turn it in. It's going. Turning in. And let's see. So now look, I'm Nicole and I'm trying to click in this file. I have to unsubmit it. So I'm thinking there could be some ways, that we could submit these kind of documents for the students to work on in a set period of time, and maybe they turn it back into us. And that could maybe be a way you could do kind of some kind of assessment, because you would know that they would be pulling, if they unsubmit, you get a notification that they've started changing writing on the document. So do students have to upload this app first? No, all students, anyone that's signed into Google Chrome, that means you're signed in to your IC account, you automatically have it in this toolbar. Now, if you open up a computer and you use Internet Explorer, or you use Safari, or you use Mozilla, it's not going to work. Your students must use Google Chrome because it's a Google Chrome tool. Kami is for PDF documents, but it's also for images. It's basically not for Word documents or Google Docs, but you could save them as a PDF and then edit them. So let's look in here. I'm going to grade my student's work. She's turned in her work. I'm going to look at it and I'm going to say, okay, I'm looking. Now notice that when I have this arrow checked here, grade with Kami, can everybody see this? Inside my Google grading window, I have a lot more options. I have all the Kami options to add to for my grading now. So anything that I do in here, when I turn it back into the students, they're going to see all of that. So I'm going to have to rotate counterclockwise. Okay, I'm looking at my students' work. I'm going to close this to make it bigger. So I'm seeing, okay, this right here. I think that Nicole made a really great point here. So I'm going to go back into my comment feature. I have text comments, which are our normal. Voice, video. So I want to do a video. Actually, I'm not going to do a video because I think it's going to take away the recording that I'm making now. So here we go. I'm going to allow it to use my microphone, and right now it's recording. Good job, Nicole, on, viewing the different perspectives and doing a complete sentences when you're writing. So there I've left her audio commentary, and it's linked to that little blue icon. So I could say, student, go check all my purple comments that I left for you. Now, what if the student wants to re-comment back to you? They can use all these tools as well. Here I could say, I want to do a video. I'm going to try. I'm going to allow. So you see my camera? Nicole, it seems that you missed this area of the Venn diagram where they converge. So I'm going to unsubmit this, and I want you to complete that and turn it back in for me. Thank you. There we go. Now she's got a video comment inside that. She's got a video. She's got a text comment. And I'm getting some feedback from somebody. So it's all turned in. I'm going to say, okay, Nicole did pretty well. She got probably an 8. She missed the middle part. And I can give her a private comment. But think about it. It's probably more useful for you just to give your student a video comment or a text comment. It's going to be easier for you to leave those for the students. Will you get an update or a notice if a student has left a comment on a Kami document? You will not get a notice in the traditional way, like in your email or anything, but you will notice whenever you open up a Google Doc, if the student comes back and comments, I'm going to see down here at the bottom, they'll start showing up a little R and a little N showing that Nicole has commented on something and Ryan has commented on it. An RM, you'll see an RM and an N. But no, you're not going to receive a text an email comment that they commented. But if you return this item to them, so I'm going to return, she gets an 8 of 10. If she resubmits something, and you will get an email that Nicole resubmitted a document. Okay. So that's one activity that I'm going to do. I'm going to go into another one for you. So Nicole did that. Now Nicole's coming to English class. I'm her English teacher. I know there's quite a few English teachers in here. So we have this poem. I'm going to open it up. And I know this is done a lot, you know, in the traditional sense of, have you annotated your book? And then the teacher, you know, the student shows the book and says, look here, I've annotated, I've done this. Well, we don't have that ability anymore. I guess you could have them annotate at home and send you pictures, but I think that removes, you know, the collaboration aspect and you being able to give like real-time feedback, or not real-time, but asynchronous feedback. So here I have a poem. It's from, I forget the author, but Nicole gave it to me. Carol Ann Duffy. There it goes. It came to me. And basically this is just a poem we downloaded off the internet. It has no instructions. There's nothing here on it. It's just the lines and the stanzas and the lines. So I'm saying, well, I need something on this, you know, let me give this to the students, but why don't I put, you know, information on it? So I've used the text box. I said, look at the title of the poem, make a prediction, record your thoughts as a video, a voice comment, or a video comment. So that's one thing. I can go in also and say, okay, students, I want you to annotate in blue any metaphors or similes that you find. And in pink, I want you to highlight any consonants, assonants, and repetition. So that's the instructions for them for that activity. And I'm going to be able to check and make sure everything looks okay. And then how about I think, this is good, but what if I want my students to write something at the bottom? So I can go down here. If you look at the bottom of the page, and I'm going to add one page. I'm going to add a blank page to the bottom because I think that they're going to write something for me. I have a question that I want to ask them. So right now it's going to add a blank page for me. Okay, now I have Miss Tilsher's class. I have the question here. My video is not there right now. Maybe I'm going to do my markup. Now markup's going to give me the ability to, I can select a box highlighter, and that takes a whole section. I don't really want that. I'm going to do a text highlighter. I'm going to go do just this. I'm doing this with a pen in my hand, but you can do it with your finger or you can do it with the mouse. Here I'm using the trackpad. Give it a blue highlight or a yellow. So the students are going to have these same tools as well, highlighting. And at the bottom, I've given them a brand new page, and I'm going to leave them a text box. I want to give them clear instructions. I'm going to say, what So here I'm going to give them a little bit of text question, and then how much room am I going to give them? I'm going to put in a shape. I'm going to do an answer box about like that. And that's the room, that's the area that the student's going to type in. So when I submit this to the kid, they're going to automatically receive this in Google Docs. They're going to see the highlights that I've asked them to do. My video that's not here. And they're going to have a question at the end. So I've done this. I don't need to save anything. Google Kami saves every 30 seconds. So you see right here, last saved a few seconds ago. What folder is it in? It's in the folder called Kami Webinar folder. Do I want to download this file? I can go here to download. Now it's downloading to my hard drive. Now I have a copy of this file. So this file is live, ready to go. Once again, I'm going to do the same steps, create, send to them. Okay, we have a question. When we finish grading, so we just return the Kami assignment or we have to share it again? All you need to do is just return it, and it's just like a document. It goes automatically to the students. You said they will receive it in Google Docs, or is it up to us if we want to share it in Google Classroom? Clarify that, Jenny. I'm not for sure. You can share this document normally through the drive. You can share the file normally through the drive here. I can share this file with anyone that I want, just one person, but the workflow and the efficiency that's going to be best for you is to share it through Classroom so that the students don't have to put your email in back and forth. Sometimes when I type to correct on Kami, the letters disappear. Why? That I do not know why they disappear. And you would have to send me a video to show me how the letters are disappearing. Okay. I'm going to just do it one more time so that you see the flow of how it's going. Yes, I probably meant Classroom and not Docs. Poem, there we go. Point value, students all. Everything's coming out of my drive. I have all my files saved in my drive. That way they're all live. If you're pulling files off of your hard drive or off of a USB, they're not live. They're not going to be easily for students to write on them. So everything that you put, you should drop into your drive first so that it's uploaded to the cloud. And then you can simply select them in your folder. There's Miss Tilster's class. Are you still with me? Is it showing? And Nicole comes here to her classroom. Notice she's good. This is from the previous. I'm not seeing my screen though. Okay. So she's looking at her previous score. She's got an 8 out of 10. She could go in here and edit that. She's got a new document as well. Her poem. She opens it. She has to open with Kami. And here it is. Here's the work for her to do. She needs to come look at the poem, make predictions. She can come in here, put her text box here. She can start recording with her voice and say out the whole story about what she's going to write about. That's done. She turns it in to me. Turn in. It goes through. She doesn't have to, she's not sharing anything with me. This is all going through Google Classroom. Never once does she put my email anywhere. She's just turning it in. And she's done. I receive it back in the classroom that she's turned it in, and I can mark it now. Okay. One last one that I'm going to show you. I'm not going to put it through Classroom. I think you have that pretty well. Math. For the math teachers, I know that this one definitely works better if you have a touchscreen computer. That's what I've done. Mine's a touchscreen. I have like a pen so I can zoom in on everything, but there's the instructions here at the top of the page. So like maybe I don't want to use those instructions. I can just use a shape. I'll say, these instructions, I don't like these. Normally it would be hard to remove something from a PDF, but I'm doing a shape here. I'm doing the square, I'm highlighting it. So now I have this red square around, but I'm going to go to select. And I'm going to select this shape. And notice this, I can fill this shape. I can make it all full right here. If I click this fill icon, fill, and 100. Bye-bye shape or bye-bye text. Now I have blank. I can put in any instructions that I want into this document. I don't want them to do these problems. I cover them up. The students don't see them. Okay. Now you're saying you're still seeing this shape here. I can make that to where it blends into the PDF where students would not see that. So here you can see I've recorded a video, and this is a video of me doing the problem with the students. Okay. So I'm giving them a guide of how to do the first problem. I can also come into my pencil, select my ink color. I want green, red, let's see. And then I can do 3n plus 5 minus 5 equals 23 minus 5. And then I can go in and do my algebra. I hope that's right. So I can go in and draw on any of these problems. I could do the first one for my students. I could submit this to them and say, you know, here's your document, fill this out. You have 45 minutes to write this, or 10. And maybe in my instructions, if I want to do a comment, I'm going to click here for a comment. It's loading. Now it's recording. Students, I want you to choose 7 of these problems to complete. One of them, I want you to make a video of yourself talking through the steps of the problem and submit to me in classroom. So I've left them a video comment now, or audio comment, giving them instructions. They're hearing my voice, and I'm varying up the task. Not only is it just writing with their finger or with their pencil, they're going to videotape themselves and talk to me into the video and tell me their thought process. So I think this enhances just a regular math worksheet. So that's varied ways to do this in math. Almost. Kami is only for PDF. Kami is for PDF or for images. It's only not for Word and Google Docs. But you could change this. If I want to open, I have it here. Let's go. Dog attack. This is an activity I did. Yes, Cindy, I will. So look, here's a document that I have for my students. I'm going to go File, Download PDF. Does everybody see how I did that? File, Download PDF. And when I do that, it's going to turn this into a PDF document. And now, when I open this PDF, dog attack, ta-da, it's in Kami. There we go. Now everything has all the Kami tools on here. This would be the only thing that I think this would restrict is like writing an essay. You need like to write it in Google Docs or Word. But at the end, you know, if you're doing an editing process, for sure, turn it into a PDF. Noor, what about PowerPoint? Yes, it opens in PowerPoint. I don't know if I have any PowerPoints on mine because I use strictly, there we go. These are from the archive. It will open up PPTs in Kami. If you choose open with, let's try this one. This is a Google slide. And here we go. Here's my slide document, all in Kami. So I could go through this, leave voice comments, everything into this document, and then share it in Google Classroom with my students. Same with forms. No, you cannot. Google Forms are not downloadable. They're only cloud-based, so you can't do Kami on Google Forms. You could put a PDF inside of a Google form and have the students open that form, or you could have the students submit that form submit the PDF into a form, but you cannot use Kami on a Google form, like on the actual form user interface. Okay, let me show you just the last few things. Kami changes the Word document automatically to PDF when you upload. Yes, yeah, when you open with Kami, it's going to open it in that. Yes, open with Kami. You're right. You're right. You can just open with Kami. One thing that may happen is it may mess up your like margins, or if you have like very specific formatting, it may screw that up. All right, let me go in and show you the last two things that I have that I think are very useful. If you ever download, here's one I have. I sometimes was just looking for this project and I downloaded some big PDFs, 100-page PDFs. Well, I don't want all 100 pages. I just want 3 pages, or I just want 2 pages. So notice this one. Longitudinal waves. Okay. Lots of stuff here. But I find this page. I just want this one. If I go into my 3-dot menu, and I can go here to split and merge. So what this is going to do, it's going to take all the pages of the PDF and load them into a viewer for me. And I can say, okay, I want this one, and I want this one, and maybe this one. So it's loaded here. I click next. I want the first page. I want the 5th page. And if I hover over, I think it shows you a bigger view. That's zoom. I had a way that I was making. Oh, here. That'll show you a bigger view of it. And then I want 7, and that's it. I want these 3 pages, but I want it in a new PDF. So all I have to do is click this export button, and it says, where do you want to download it to? I always put my files in my Google Drive so I can access them anywhere. I'm going to select my folder, and this is my biology. So I'm going to, I don't have a biology folder, but I'm going to put it in Kami Webinar. And then as soon as that turns blue, I'm going to say select and continue. There we go. Successfully saved to your drive. Now I go back to my Google Drive, and here we go. Split biology 1. And when I look into it with Kami, here it is. 1, 2, 3. 3 pages only. And I could go here and say, select bio. And whatever I do there, when I click out, in the next 30 seconds, it's going to automatically save that. After trial period, how we have to pay for it, right? Yes, but the trial is going to last longer than 27 days. We're easily going to have this through, don't hold me to this, but I'm thinking through the end of the school year, this will be free. They're going to extend it, is what they said. So close that out. Let me show you one more little tool, and this is just a personal tool that I used recently. Down here on the very bottom, there's something called signature. So if you ever get a document and they say, I need your signature on this, normally you would print it out, you would sign it, you would scan it, you'll put it back on. Well, with this, it's loading here a signature. So if I have a touch screen, I'm going to draw a signature. There's my signature. Upload. Now, I have a signature. It doesn't look very good. I'll insert that. And anywhere on the screen. So normally it says sign here. I can insert this signature. So this is just kind of like a personal, cool little tool. And one great thing is if you don't have a touchscreen, you can say draw signature on phone. And now this gives me a link. If I copy this link, then I email it to myself and open it up on my iPhone or Android. I can draw the signature on my touchscreen because we all have touchscreen phones. And then your signature is saved. So this is just a cool little tool for anyone that if you ever have that problem, I had to sign something yesterday, and this was the first time I used it, and it worked. It took me 15 seconds, where it would normally take me a long time to scan it and everything. The very last thing, I'm looking at my notes. Okay. What if I want to use this on my iPad? I don't have a touchscreen. I want to use it on my iPad. Well, you can go to web.camiapp.com. So you would go to this on your touchscreen iPad. I tried it on my phone. It doesn't work very well on your phone. The screen's too small and there's too many settings. If you have an iPad, it will work. I'll go to, now it already knows who I am. I can tell that I'm signed in by my RM here, R. McKinney. You need to be signed into your IC account if you're going to use this on your iPad. So let's talk about, you could be app smashing right now. I'm in a Google Meet on my iPad with my students, and I need a whiteboard. I want to draw with them. So I would just click over, go onto Safari on my iPad, open up Cami, web.cami app, log into my name, and now on new blank page, yes, it's gonna, Jenny, it's gonna be quite difficult to use it with your phone. There is no app. There's nothing on the App Store. So they would need to be using this on laptop or on iPad. So here I'm just using the app tool, my pencil. This is the greatest thing I think for using this would be, to do math equations. To the second, I don't know. Don't know math very well. But so this file is just live while I'm doing this. The students could be watching this. I could share this with my students with annotations, and they would be able to work with me. Hind, you made a comment that made me remember something for chemistry and math. We have the equations here. So anything that I type, so I want to do a text box here. And if I go here to the functions, I can start doing 1-2. If I do here, what's another one? I don't know, 2 to the second. So you have all the functionality. I mean, not everything, but you could always just copy it from your math type or whatever you use, and you could copy those problems, just drop them onto here and use. So it does have a lot of math functions. I haven't explored that very well, but here's many of them. So when you're typing them, so it does have some math functionality. It's not going to be probably as good as the ones that the paid for ones, but you could always copy from those and come to this one. I'm at the end. This is super subscripts and superscripts. Yes, it has those. If you type in here sub, there's sub, and I don't know, super. That's superscripts, exponents. If you had a student that he printed out a document and then he started annotating on it and he scanned it to you, there's a way that you can scan this OCR. Scan, it looks at characters that have been scanned and uploaded for a teacher. So I don't know if this is going to work exactly for me because I don't have any scanned student work. But basically what it's doing is it says running OCR. It's looking for any characters on the screen. And if it does see them, then it loads them so that you can select that text. So even if it's a PDF a student took a picture of and uploaded of text, you could still copy that text. If you need to do that, I would say, contact me and I'll work with you specifically because it's very, it's a niche thing. I used that yesterday. Yes, Nicole used that for her students annotated. They printed out the PDF, annotated on it, took a picture of it, uploaded it to Google Classroom. And when she was trying to select the text, she couldn't select the text because the computer didn't know what the text was. So we had to run OCR on that, which is optical character recognition. Okay, question time.